In the past 50 years, biodiversity has declined by more than 65% worldwide. A charity in West Yorkshire is working to combat this.
River Holme Connections, the work that they do is incredible, like the tree planting and the invasive species control and the river cleanups, just amazing work. So I just wanted to be a part of it, to get out there, to make a difference and just promote this great work that the charity does.
Despite millions being invested into tree planting schemes across Yorkshire, England has seen over a 6% reduction in woodland areas since 2001. But volunteers at River Holme Connections are putting this to an end.
Volunteers are just so dedicated, it's such a great team, it's just great to be part of it and knowing that we're all working together to make the River Holme a better place for people and wildlife.
My name's Sue Harrison, I'm a volunteer at River Holme Connections and today we're doing hedge planting. As River Holme Connections has grown, so has the amount of work that we've done. The thousands of trees that we've planted, the thousands of hedge plants that we've planted.
Just put the roots in to the hole. You don't want to put them too deep or too shallow, obviously.
Yeah.
And then this is the most important part, it's called healing in, where you squash the soil around the
Plant zone, yeah.
Plant, and then give it a bit of a touch, just make sure it's in nice and solid.
What keeps me going, I think, is trying to make a difference, trying to make the rivers cleaner, trying to create more habitat for wild species and keeping myself fit at the same time.
River Holme Connections sprouted from local roots in the village of Honley nearly 10 years ago, thanks to the founder, Linda Russell, or rather her brother.
The idea for establishing the charity came about many years ago when my brother had a day's fishing through the Wild Trout Trust in Huddersfield. After that day he said, "You've got fantastic fishing rivers here, but they're full of litter. Why aren't you interested? Why don't people want to do anything about it?" So I thought, I'll do something about it. When we started in 2015, we had no resources. It's just an idea. We were able to secure enough funding to get 2 part-time people to help us get the structure of the charity right. Also we wanted to get the message out to engage other people that might want to use the charity as a vehicle to do what they wanted to do.
We've taken a wide range of steps to improve the natural environment. As a charity we've grown quite substantially in the last 2 or 3 years. So we've got 7 staff now working in the River Holme catchment and we really want to expand our tree and hedge planting programme. We really want to inspire the next generation to get out into the environment, enjoy the environment and really feel part of the wider landscape and just get out there and enjoy it really. We're doing more and more invasive plant control along the river and also lots more water quality monitoring work along the river as well.
We do river cleanup, so we actually go into the water, pick out all the debris, rubbish, plastics that are always just people tend, if they're not educated otherwise, to use it as a drain and just throw rubbish in. Garden waste gets put in and all these kinds of things. So we go in regularly to clear these spots of rubbish. The river fly invertebrates, the larvae, they're the canaries of the river. They are the first things to show any sensitivity to any lack of oxygen, any pollution, any spills, any agricultural runoff, anything that might reduce the oxygen levels.
We have connections with 20 primary schools in our catchment area and we deliver a River Explorer session to the children. We also have a mayfly in the classroom activity and it gives the children the opportunity to learn about life in our rivers, and they have freshwater invertebrates or river bugs as the kids like to call them. So there'll be species such as freshwater shrimp, stonefly, mayfly, but all sorts of different species found in our river. But the kids absolutely adore the leeches. That is like they're just a fascination with the leeches. It's great. So it just really gives them a sense that there is life in our rivers, how it's so important for us to care for our rivers. We want to make it fun as well. So we want them to see what beauty is on their doorstep, get them inspired about nature, and then also what they can do to help their environment, but make it fun, make it really engaging.
All this hard work is being funnelled into the charity's newest and largest restoration project, Nature's Home. Funded by DEFRA, it will cover nearly 3,000 hectares, an area over 8 times the size of Central Park in New York.
Lots more habitat restoration is so important, but obviously landscape recovery projects like the Nature's Home are brilliant and are helping towards that, which is fantastic.
the progress we've made so far during the development phase. We've worked with landowners to agree sort of, 22 kilometres of hedgerow. We've got almost 10 different wildflower meadows sort of agreed to be created. We've made a lot of progress with access improvements and working with the local community to identify sort of routes that they would like to be improved. So it's a lot of that sort of groundwork baseline data collection to set us up for the implementation phase. So it's really just gathering plans, getting ideas and narrowing them down.
And with the passion behind this new project, the charity has even bigger aspirations to get the next generations involved. River Holme Connections is paving the way and setting an example of how humans and nature can coexist if everybody acts now.
There's so much potential, with a very sort of minimal action or interventions we can make a big difference.
A big thing that I'd really like to see is education in schools for a bigger focus on environmental and conservation issues, and making people realise that climate change is real, it is happening, but we can all do our bit to make a difference. People need to remember that obviously the loss of biodiversity is tragic, the amount of biodiversity we've lost, and that landscape needs so much recovery time, but we can do our bit. It's not doom and gloom. We be positive, and we can all make a difference and look to the future and just